guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to our channel. So today I have an updated eyebrow routine and I'm going to be showing you guys my eyebrow hacks that I use to achieve this brow right here. And there's going to be nothing crazy. The thumbnail is kind of clickbaity, but I just want to show you guys my eyebrow hacks, and I really want to get this video out there for you guys that struggle with your eyebrows. I really want to help you guys. I feel like I have a lot of really good hacks. Everything that I'm going to be doing today did take a lot of practice and time to develop this skill. So if you guys want to see this technique and all of the hacks that I have for you guys, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with some brow gel. This one is by Morphe, and I'm just running this through my eyebrow, and I feel like a lot of people don't do this step. Definitely helps to brush your brow hairs in one direction, kind of brush them up just to see what you're working with. When the brow hairs are up, down, sideways, all different ways, it's hard to really know the exact shape of your brow. So just to start off, I always go in with some brow gel and just brush my brow hairs all in the same direction. And honestly, me maintaining my brows is a daily routine of mine. I know not everybody likes to do that every single day, but I tweeze my brows every single day. And I just kind of tweeze the hairs that are kind of far away from my brow. I don't like to tweeze too much into my arch, and I don't like to tweeze too much into the body of my brow, just the perimeters and kind of far away from them. And do this at your own risk. I'm not sure how experienced you guys are, but this definitely took me practice and just getting to know the shape of my brow and knowing where to tweeze and where to not tweeze. But I would definitely say don't get too close to the arch and just tweeze those long hairs that grow far away, and it's just going to make your brows look a lot cleaner when you go in with some concealer and you go in with product. And also, I'm trimming my brow hairs. What I like to do is brush them straight up, and then with whatever's sticking out is what I trim with my brow scissors. These are by Anastasia, Beverly Hills. I absolutely love her brow scissors and her tweezers. So I pretty much do that to my entire brow. And honestly guys, cut less than cutting more. You don't want to cut too much off because then you're going to regret it. So definitely I would say go very light-handed with every single thing that you do when it comes to your brows. If you touch them up daily or every other day, it's not going to be so dramatic. So light changes and light trims and light plucks are recommended. And I do it a little bit to the front of my brow as well, and it just really cleans them up. So next I'm going to go in with a brow powder. This one, I'll leave the name of it down below, but I currently ran out of my Anastasia brow powder duo, which is the one that I normally use. So you're going to want to grab a brown powder that is similar to your brow color. And I like to dip my brush in there several times and then tap off the excess just so that I have some pigment on my brush, but not too much, so that when I apply it down, it's not too pigmented. And I have a good amount of control over that product. So definitely a good tip for you guys is to put your brush in there and tap off the excess product. So I like to start with the tail of my brow, and I just do hair-like strokes, and I just kind of fill it in lightly wherever I feel like I have sparse areas. So it's going to be different for every single person, but definitely do hair-like strokes. And I go very, very, very soft with whatever's left over on my brush to the front of my brow and just kind of blend it towards the tail. And then I always go in with a spoolie and blend everything out between every single step. I feel like it's very important. It honestly just depends on what type of brow you're going for, but I personally think that a natural looking brow is very on trend right now. So that's definitely what I try to achieve these days, is a natural looking brow, but something that looks like it's nice and filled in. So after we go in with the spoolie, you can see that there's still a few little sparse areas in the brow. So I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Whiz in the shade dark brown, and I just go in ever so lightly with that pencil, and I just fill in those really sparse areas, and it's all about having a light hand when it comes to filling in your brows. Definitely, if you have a heavy hand, I would recommend staying away from any kind of pomade or thicker product. Definitely try out a brow powder. So next, I'm picking up my Too Faced glitter glue. Any glitter glue will work for this step, but this is personally my favorite thing to do when carving out my brows. They come out so sharp and so precise. So I just kind of get a good amount of glitter glue onto my brow brush. This is the brush that I use to carve out the bottom half of my brow. This is a different brush than the one that I use to fill in my brow. Once we have that glitter glue on, I like to squeeze it until it's nice and sharp and all of the hairs on this brush are kind of glued together with that glitter glue. And I let it dry for about 30 seconds. And when it's completely dry, it's extremely sharp, super precise. And then next, I'm going into my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer. And I'm just putting that onto this brush. And as you can see, guys, it gives me a really sharp line. And this is the same exact thing that I do when I'm carving my lid. So go ahead and do that when you carve your lid if you haven't done it already. It's honestly a game changer. And then after I'm done carving out the bottom half of my brow, I grab a darker concealer, kind of mix the two together. That way it's kind of in the same range but slightly darker. And this is what we're going to use to carve out the top half of our brows. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. So with the same brush, I'm going to start carving the top half of my brow. And as you can see, guys, I do not apply that concealer to the front of my brow, that area right there. I leave that blank. And this part right here, honestly, it took a lot of practice. It took years for me to just kind of get this shape exactly how I want it. And even with years of practice, both of my brows don't always come out perfect. So definitely practice is going to be key for this. And then I'm grabbing this brush right here and just kind of diffusing those outer edges, not getting too close to that sharp line that we applied because I still want that definition to be there, but I want it to be blended. So I'm just blending out the edges with this brush right here. And I like to blend the top half of my brow first. And then with the same brush, I will blend the bottom half of my brow. So to blend that area between my brows, I just kind of go in up and down motions, and it kind of gives it a really natural look. And I used to draw a line of concealer through the center of my brows, and it was just really harsh looking. And I don't know, after a while I just realized that I did not like the way that it looked and I needed to switch it up. So I just don't even apply concealer there. I just grab whatever's left over on my brush and I just apply it to that area just to kind of diffuse those lines. And then next I grab my foundation brush, and I'm just going to be using that foundation brush to further blend the upper brow area and just make sure that my concealer blends into my foundation. And then I'm grabbing this brush right here and some translucent powder. This one is by Pretty Vulgar. Highly recommend it. It's a good dupe for the Laura Mercier. And I'm just going to be setting my eyelid and also setting underneath my brow. And at first I was really scared to go in with a big fluffy brush because I was like, what if it ruins all the hard work that we did on making that super precise line? But I promise that if you just grab a little bit of translucent powder on this type of brush, that line's not going to move and it's going to set it really nicely so it won't budge. So this looks kind of disgusting, but it's just literally brow product on this soap. So it's not actually anything gross, it's just that brow powder and a spoolie that I use through my brows. So I wet my spoolie with a little bit of Fix Plus and then I run it over a bar of soap and then I run it through my brow. And honestly, this technique right here has been a game changer for me. It was definitely on trend to do soap brows. I'm not sure if a lot of people still use it. I think I see some people still using it, but it's definitely one of my favorite ways to set my brow. It works 100,000 times better than a brow gel. I don't know any brow gels that set the way that soap does. And it's kind of a weird, quirky thing to do for your brows. It's kind of out of the box. But if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. It kind of gives them a natural look, and once they dry down, they will not move. They will last you all day. So if you are the type of person that has sparse brows and you put a lot of product in your brows, highly recommend it. It will like set them in place. But yeah, this is the finished eyebrow hacks video. I hope that you guys learned a thing or two. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what really stuck with you and what you want to try out, or what you saw in this video that you already do. Go ahead and let me know. Also, we have monthly giveaways here on our channel, so if you want to be entered to win a box of goodies from us, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, turn your post notifications on, and then comment done in the comment section down below. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!